off. Hiya! Yeah, so the mic was off. Ha ha. Can you hear us now alright? And the video game as well. Can you hear that too? Please do keep me duly informed. And we'll learn all about the Denshu company and Nico. I was making all these jokes about how when the lock is blue, because Nico blue lock. Oh yeah, face cam as well. I can have that. As it we're up there. There's not much to see, I'm afraid, in the face cam because this is the final week I've got in this flat. And, well, not flat house, but it will. This will definitely be the last stream with this backdrop before I go somewhere temporary, and then eventually my own place. But so again, just let us know, chat, before I get started with the game. Can you hear me? Very, very well. Move the text on a little bit, but just a bit of confirmation that that you know what I'm on about, and then we'll truly get started with the business, with the action. Right, Trouble does say, "Yeah, man, I can hear you. This is what I sound like." No, it should be Scottish. So it's time to bring back Goldie's voice. Yes, Tale of the Toaster, I can hear you. Oh, I've broken my 3DS. What have I done? I only knocked it a little bit. Okay, well, Goldie's out on a mission here. We got Claire McDad in the chat. We got Hoppip Enjoyer, the biggest enjoyer of Hoppips that I've ever known. And Augusto is immediately fiending for a montage of Brazilian Portuguese Hisatsus. Why haven't I done that? I wouldn't know where to find the Brazilian anime. I was sent the Portuguese anime by my Portuguese friends. I don't really know anybody in Brazil, to be quite honest, and the English montages are taking the precedence at the moment. I did Portuguese for Galaxy and Chrono Stones because no English language anime has ever been found for them. I think the English Chrono Stones one might have partly turned up now, weirdly, but I was doing it as like a substitute English thing. Can confirm that's what Trouble sounds like. Oh, chocolate! That's what Goldie says in that one parallel stone, which I could never forget about. Let's just check the history for what you see. That history. I know more about you Scots than we let on. But yeah, I did spend the weekend in Ireland with two Scottish people, so it would be fresh on the mind. And then they both got COVID. I didn't. I guess that's just the Scottish diff. But Okita and I had slept in the forest during the day. Hey, steady on now. We haven't maxed out that meter just yet. And now we're sleeping some distance from the main road. Claire asks, what are your thoughts on the Orion Portuguese dub from what you've seen so far? Having seen bits of every episode of Galaxy in Portuguese. Jude? Wait a minute. I know that voice, don't I? Let's just play that again, because the soldier might not even speak again. Maybe? It's probably just a coincidence, right? It's probably just a coincidence. But, again, nevertheless, we've got Okita already begging for a fight. We're not going to have any Ozrock. We've already cleared him off. He's like... just not even in the plot anymore. We got rid of him because we've drunk the water of life, and so he's no longer interested. It's very sad for me. But yeah, the Portuguese dub of Orion has like actual passion put into the voices. You can tell, whereas the Galaxy one so truly didn't. And all of the girls in Galaxy's voices kind of made me want to tear my hair out. And JP, which was the same voice as Charisse, they sounded so scratchy and just couldn't act, basically. But in Orion, it actually sounds like a real anime, and a lot of the names that they've done, that they've chosen for the moves and teams so far have been really good. But you'll find out more on that tomorrow at 4 PM when I drop the full video of about 30 minutes in length, giving my Orion dub names to every move in the whole season, with a brief mention of the ones that have already been confirmed along the way. And I've got a little short coming out on the exact same day, the exact same time, about Mr. Philip Starr. So look forward to Philip Starr getting his own YouTube short. Jana Screamway says the guy that said rapid fire put a lot of passion into it. Well, I guess that's true. It was certainly passionate. Not so much the good acting part, but unless he was acting in something else. But let's not dive off the deep end straight away. But yeah, Augusto, you're definitely right. Brazilian Portuguese and Portuguese will absolutely be different. That's why we treated them separately in the Tachia Garillo multi-language cover that we did on the channel. But montages of Brazilian content is pretty low down the list compared to the English ones, because Season 3 is the only English montage that I've done so far. I think Go 1 is a pretty low priority, but it'd be nice to do one for Inazuma 2 or Season 1. There's already a fairly widespread Ares montage. Eventually I'd like to make a montage of the Orion Portuguese dub. We'll bring Portugal back one more time. But I would need to gain access to that footage, basically. We got a new chatter, I think. PILM Lucky Nug. Is that short for Nagi Blue Lock, maybe? Jana Screamway, did you consider my dub name for Ichihoshi? You have to admit, Lucario Stario goes hard. You can't just call someone Lucario. That's copyrighted. That'd be like calling myself Pikachu, but spelled with a C instead of a K. Ah! Okita, no! He's been injured again. Oh no, he's killed someone else. Could you not run out in front like that? I'll be worried a lot less if you stay behind me. Man, I can do my own fighting. I'm a demon as well. Don't forget about that. But yeah, so we got 13 viewers at the moment. I can see 2 of the Trouble Nation names. We got Supreme Tag 134. It's pretty new. If you haven't seen a HAKU OKI stream before, it's Soji Okita from Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Stones. That's the joke. But then it's not a joke anymore, because now we just like the game and are completing it. So it is time to fully romance up this Soji Okita guy. Yes, this game allows you to flirt with Shinsengumi figures. Was that? That was someone else entirely. Soldier 1 has not spoken since. Small Toaster has stopped doing politics homework for this. What made you want to do politics at college or uni or whichever one it is? Like, my best mate growing up, he did politics at the University of Hull. And I just kind of asked him why. And he was like, it's a career. he just didn't have an answer at all for why he did a politics degree, and I wonder if that's the same for everybody who takes it. But that could not be me. Oh, Lucky Nag is actually short for Nagito, Danganronpa. I wish I had my Nagito merchandise with me right now. I've got my Bylong merch. He's kind of Nagito vibe-ish. But that is the only piece of merchandise I've got with me at the moment, because everything else is packed, ready to move out. Hopper Enjoyer says, I dropped out of A-level politics. It was awful. Well, there you go. I didn't do any A-levels, and anyone who did do A-levels, imagine having to do work between the ages of 16 and 18 when you could just do a BTEC in something like media and then have free time for 2 years. I loved having free time for 2 years. All I did during college was play Inazuma 11, 2 and 3, make the occasional film, get to know people. Like, I learned a lot at college, but it wasn't about subjects. It was just about growing up as a person. Was at 16 years of age, I was just an autistic little twat, to be honest. And then by the time I was at the end of college and 18, I was a pretty decent guy. Still had a ways to go to fully sort me sen out, but like, that's just what I spent 2 years doing, just learning how to be a human being, while barely doing any coursework whatsoever. If I had to do A-levels, I'd probably still be a dickhead, because I wouldn't have had time to learn how to be a guy at that point. But we got Jin in the chat now, who's just made some food because she forgot to eat. Don't worry, I did too, until we swung by Mackey's on the way back from the storage lockup. Had we not gone past there, I might have still been just as bad, but we got a sunset backdrop now. Are you sure you can keep this up, Yamazaki? You're shot. This is getting a little reckless even for you. Who the hell's Yamazaki? Oh, it's Susumu. The just ninja looking dude. I've only ever really called him ninja. Occasionally Susumu when it appears on screen, just because I've got a friend called Suzumi at Smashy Bros tournaments, who's also an Inazuma fan, to be fair. But just not in a YouTube streaming watching capacity. But she just picked me up an 11 license from, I think, directly from Hong Kong. Well, that's where she's originally from, but then also went on holiday to Japan. But I'm pretty sure the holiday was over at that point, so it must have come from there. But I don't know. I'll just pick it up at some point. Maybe it'll say on the sticker. I'll be able to read the currency or something. But Hop-Up Ray says, you forget Yamazaki every time. He's been here the whole game. I'm sure that's true. I'm sure he has been there the whole time. But what is Bro doing? He's like the least inspired character design in the whole game. Is he even a real person? Or is he just an OC for the HAKU OKI universe? They just needed a random ninja to slot in there. We got Chinope05 from one of the other members of Ryusei Boys, apparently. But not Ivar, not Bjorn, but one of the other Italian stallions. Well, that's cool. And Supreme Tag's asking if I've got a Gabby plush or a Ricardo plush. This is the only plush. Actually, that's not true. I've got a David Samford one as well, a Sakuma plush, but that one is already in storage now. So Bylong is the only one that's free. If you want a Gabby plush, you have to talk to Trouble. If you want a Victor plush, you have to talk to Jin. And if you want an Arian plush, you have to talk to Hop-Up Enjoyer. Oh wait, you don't have one because they don't exist. That's the third time we're doing an L Raspberry here on this stream today. But who else have we got? I think I saw some other. We got Kim Jim the Naruto lover. What a name! Shout with Naruto is getting some love here today. Poor Blow asks, Axel or Xavier. Xavier every time. Doesn't even matter which Xavier. It could be the red one, it could be the grey one. Either way, the answer is 100% Xavier. He was literally in my top 10 characters. I just don't talk about him very much because everybody loves him. But let's catch up. So what is Ninja cooking? It was Ninja who was meant to be cooking that big Smash Brothers event that never happened, right? Yeah, with the Donkey Kong gif. That was him. Just giving us a backhanded compliment. We are here in chapter 6, by the way, of Okita's story. There are 7 chapters in total, but we are hoping that it gets gradually quicker with every passing chapter. We've had a bit of a Splatoon meet-up in the chat by the sounds of it as well. Gotten the Perfect Chow has recognised Splatoon profile pic, and now everyone's talking about ink and squids. Surprised you lot have never asked me if I've played Splatoon before. Suppose the answer can only really disappoint you, but here's everything I know about Splatoon, right? Inkling's pretty cool in Smash because the Inkling character is just pure fundies, pretty much. I own Splatoon 1 on the Wii U. It was kind of fun. I tried to set up a big multiplayer video with all the other members of Challengers approaching. We got about 7 of us into a single recording and then the recording broke. So we were never able to motivate ourselves to get all 7 of us in the same room again for a different recording with all the time zones. I made it all the way to the final boss and couldn't beat it for some reason and never pursued the online mode whatsoever. And then didn't get Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3. But the best character in the series is Marie. The one with the white dress from the original duo. Or, to be honest, it's probably just some character I haven't met yet from the new Splatoon 3 DLC. Because, right, Splatoon 3 was not on my radar as a video game to purchase whatsoever. However, that DLC, please let me know, chat, whether I say don't die or don't kill him. I don't even know how I'd choose between those. Aren't they the same thing? Oh, it's pronounced go as in the verb and 10 like the number. Isn't that what I said? Maybe someone else. But either way, yeah, that's Splatoon 3 DLC where it's just white room, white dressed characters. Everything's like futuristic. That is so my vibe. Like, wait, did I say... Trouble says, Wotail, I can't believe you're a Marie fan and not a Callie fan. Callie's like the black-haired, meow, taller one, right? Because, yeah, her sister, that's the best character. Until whoever is in the DLC. Because, I mean, the neon vibes from the Splatoon 2 DLC were already pretty cool. Or the 70s synth wave, whatever you'd call it. But the I got locked into a room with Mr. Beast for 50 hours kind of vibe is the best way I can put it. Just the silo approach. All the walls are white. maybe I should just get a picture up. But Hop Up Enjoyer says don't kill. Hop Up Enjoyer is our guide for correct options to service Okita, so we're going to do that. Oh, true, actually. Giovanni DeMike says Big Man clears every Splatoon character, and you are so right. Actually, Big Man is easily the best Splatoon character. How did I not even think about it? Supreme Tag, $165 is way too much for a buy-along plush. This cost me like 30 quid at most. Like, just go on Buy-E. You can get it a lot cheaper than that. No, I didn't even realise Big Man was meant to be Brazilian until I watched like a video essay about Japan very poorly representing Brazil in all of its culture. Case in point, Inazuma 11 Orion had a second ever Brazilian team, and it's an exact carbon copy Samba troop from last time. But Big Man, I just have a friend in real life who calls me Big Man, and it's like ironic because I'm absolutely not. Have you seen the guns? Have you seen the height? I am not a big man, but she just calls me Big Man anyway, and it's funny. And then I kind of occasionally give it to other people as a once every blue moon kind of nickname. And then Splatoon just made a character that's like canonically called Big Man, and it's the Stingray, and I think that's the best thing ever. Hang on, I'm gonna look up this Splatoon 3 DLC again, actually, because I need to see it with my own eyes. Yeah, Octo expansion or whatever. So, that's a picture. It's all just white. And that's cool. I guess it's not locked into a padded room like Mr. Beast videos kind of thing. I was headcanoning for a second there, but I mean, that is, but there is one colour going on in this DLC, and it's the colour white. Am I back? Hold on. I think I could... It seems like I lost internet for a few seconds. That's rare. Maybe they're winding down to get rid of me while I'm moving out of the house. Well, that would be bad if during stream. I can see myself in the preview. Just let me know in chat if you can hear me and see me okay. Make sure that I'm still going. Oh, it looks to have... No, yep. It should be alright. Okay. Lucky Nagito says that I'm back. But yeah, so if anything was going to make me play Splatoon 3, it's this. Like, this looks awesome. And that is totally my vibe. Okita, my words felt so small, by the way. Yeah, because we cheated on the options. We knew that we'd chosen his exact thing. But yeah, that's your little Splatoon chat. So it's one that I like it. I guess the game just came so rapid fire that I could never even consider getting another one, because it's like you blink and there's just another Splatoon game released. But yeah, it's one where I don't know, if somebody just popped round to my house and say, "Yo, can I teach you how to play Splatoon?" I'd be like, sure. maybe I'd end up being sick at it, but until then, I'm just a Smashy Bro guy through and through in terms of multiplayer games. Oh no! Oh dear! You know how I said white was my favourite colour? White is my vibe, and it can convince me to play games. Maybe not here! Ah! It's so sad. And he's absolutely fiending for blood and medicine. Made him endure it. Have we got a typo here in HAKU OKI 3D Stories of the Shinsengumi? Made him endure it. Why are we on past tense? But yes, chat, please, particularly Ray, please, tell me what to do. Do I give him blood, medicine, or tell him to grow up? Suck it up, mate. Just cope with the pain. I don't think that's going to be the answer, unfortunately. It's give blood, according to Ray, which is a nice message, really. Have you ever given blood? I haven't, but my mum has, and she gave me the stickers that she got as the reward, so that's basically like I've given blood, right? Let's do it again. I think I remember now, yeah, we said in the last stream, whenever this is an option... Oh! I thought that was a foot for a second. that was going to be quite quite the image. Hello, Hidden Ski, for joining the chat. Hello, TSP184. We're getting quite a lot of new people, actually. We're getting people asking for my thoughts on Danganronpa and Ace Attorney as well. I love all of them. Big enjoyer of those series. But yeah, maybe I'll just be a Splatoon Stanny one day. But oh god. Oh, imagine if you had to do this to Simian Ape in the... I guess if you play as Faerun, I don't know, you don't save the hyper-evolved children, and to keep Simian alive, he's just got to absorb your little S-genes. And Utsunomiya Castle has come under attack from the Imperial Army. Utsunomiya Castle, is that the castle in Inazuma? Wait a minute, let's do some Googling. Utsunomiya Castle Inazuma. We get Utsunomiya Toromaru, which I knew I recognised it from somewhere. That's Toromaru's sister. But yeah, nothing in particular mentioned. But worth a go. What was it? Was I going to do something else? Well, never mind. Actually, tell you what. While we've got a browser open, Trouble Nation, I have a proposal for you. Because last time we were doing little dono drives on stream, we were using perfect picks as a voting incentive. But now, I think I got something better. So, let's talk about this for a second. Let's do youtube.com/TroubleSus. So you may notice from my comments that I have been watching and enjoying some of this content, and I do in fact believe that a lot of chat should be doing the same, because they're just very funny pieces of high effort, high quality content that just talk about Inazuma 11, and it's particularly Preston Princeton from Go, which is pretty funny. So I've been fiending away. I've been catching up on my content, but I can't help but notice you still sit solemnly under 100 subscribers, which is a bit of a shame, really, because I think for this amount of regular content every Sunday, it's just not quite where it ought to be. So I have a proposal for chat. Hello, I'm streaming HAKU OKI. That's funny. Bonjour, je suis Jean-Pierre Le Pen from the Table Tennis Club. That was the best video. We'll go out there and say. So this is my channel. It's just hit 18,000 subscribers yesterday, actually. It was on 17,900 and something before that. But if I full screen it for a second, I have this little marketing opportunity, you see, because over on Tale of the Toaster's channel, you can go over to channels and he promotes all of his Inazuma 11 friends. Well, this guy's not Inazuma 11. This is my Robot Wars buddy who I go on holiday with, and I'm technically part of that channel, hence it's first. But then you've got your mainstays like Tom, Ivar Bjorn, Sync, who obviously helped make the Go Galaxy patch, Dragon Blazer mainstay, Alex, who doesn't really make content, but he's in a lot of my Inazuma multiplayer videos, and he's just one of my best pals. We've got my editor, Maxim, who also makes his own stuff, and his bestie, Something Forful. And then these two are not necessarily Inazuma. Obviously, HMAS loves Inazuma 11. That's how we became pals. But he's at the back because he doesn't need the promo. He's already on 439,000. He doesn't need to be high up the list. But you notice how even when I go left and right, Dragon Blaze and Alexander, they just stay on, because that means there's 2 more slots in here. And so my proposal is, for a cost, we may be able to get the Trouble channel into this little promotion zone, but it ain't gonna happen overnight. That's for sure. I think as an incentive to keep our streams going over over the coming weeks, particularly if HAKU OKI were to go away. We need to put a price on a Trobal slot in Content Friends, because friends is a strong word after all. To count as a friend, it's... Yeah, put the Sidemen in here, says Janus Greenway. I'm going to say... So this is cumulative, so it doesn't have to be within a single stream. It can take as many streams as it takes. But including the £2 that Jin's just chucked in, thank you very much. If we can make it to, I'm going to say, £55 in donations over the course of however many streams we have going, Trobal goes right about here. There, where in the order would she be? I guess Alexander doesn't actually make content, so maybe here would make sense, but then that's also my G. You'd be somewhere around these two. So if we can get up to £55 in donations, that is the moment Trobal joins the Content Friends. And if it doesn't happen, then she never gets in. There we go. Obviously, it sounds like everyone's broke at the moment anyway, paying for Jin's Ko-Fi and uni getting started and all of that. But that's why it's a cumulative thing. It can happen at some point in the distant future, but I am a fan, and that can be from anyone. It doesn't have to just be Trobal specific people. But one day, however long it takes, once we make it to 55, the Trobal Nation gets their promo on the main spotlight. So, for now, and of course, the opposite point of view is you definitely don't have to donate anything. I'm doing these streams for fun because I enjoy doing them, and not necessarily as an exercise, but you know, we gotta have something to strive for. It's like chasing the dream, isn't it? And Okita has caught my arm just in time to stop me from collapsing to the ground. He's gone back to normal. He's no longer white-haired because he's drank my blood. Ted Brower says, weird question, but when writing a formal letter, do you prefer to use yours sincerely or yours faithfully? I do neither. Alex Greensmith tells me that I'm a fiend for this, but I always end my emails in thanks. No matter how formal or informal it is. Well, okay, if it's really informal, I'll just put Isaac. That'll be it. But even in my most formal emails I will ever send at work, it's just thanks. And apparently Ray does the same. Gotten the Perfect Chow says, wanna have a go at the squee again from Goldie. That's very hard to replicate. You must understand, the whole reason that became a YouTube short in its own right is because I made that sound and I literally thought to myself, I can never produce that ever again. How did that come out of my mouth? We'll have one try and it'll bomb, but here you go. Squee! You see, you can't do it. It has to be, maybe it has to be at the end of a sentence, I don't know, but like, ooh, I've been walking around the streets and I found some chocolate. Squee! There will never, the squee is irreplicable. Zephyr says, I dare to end your next letter with love, Isaac. Oh, I've been known to do that from time to time. Don't you worry. I think I've signed off bloody streams with that before. Scotland approved squee, they say. Ted Brower says they play Spain in 10 minutes. Oh yeah! The Euros qualifiers! Vamos Montenegro! You can beat Serbia this time. That's not happening today, but all I want from these Euros qualifiers, Ted, is for Luxembourg to finally qualify for a major tournament and for Montenegro to at least get a win on Serbia, even if they don't get through. That's what I'm chasing, and we want to see Kazakhstan get through, but probably through the qualifiers route, the playoffs. I mean, Gotten says, is anyone else British here, or is it just me and Tail? Not at all. The entire Trobal Associates group is all British, just split across England and Scotland, and they'll definitely small toasters English. There's plenty. Don't you worry, we are not a dying breed. I guess I should probably turn the main light on because you can barely see me, but that would mean getting me headphones out. I didn't want to come across as a nag. Yo, shout outs in the game to PILM Lucky Nag. I'm the son of a samurai, you know. My family wasn't real well off though. Hijikata's involved somewhere. My parents died when I was really young, and I can't read that. Shiai Hall was nice enough to take me in as an apprentice. This is why we were playing the Okita route. We are finally learning about the guy. This is stuff that I did not know about Inazuma 11 character Soji Okita. He's got dead parents just like every real Inazuma 11 character, and he grew up in Shiai Hall, where he trained in swordplay, and the leader Kondo looked out for him. Bit like an older brother, is what we're saying, but he's not doing too great now though, is he? Anyway, the other guy Kondo was closest to is this real asshole. Selfish, arrogant, grumpy. It's me! The first time though we understand what he's going through. Yeah, so we're still trying to find Hijikata. We're not going to stop him, even though we were going to. But because he loves Isami Kondo, we have to let him free a wanted murderer or whatever he is. Oh, Hugsies! Embrace me in your purple arms, Mr. Okita. Look at the fireflies going around as well. Wait, what? You would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies picked up the world as we fell asleep. I wish I could tie my hair as well as Chizuru does. The whole time I was in Ireland, I had people who were willing to tie my hair up for me, and I was able to slay. And I mean, the real practical work purpose was because I was like doing grinding work on robots, and I needed my hair to not fall in front of a cutting disc while I'm trying to do work. But it also just looks better tied up. But I'm like, I could kind of get it behind me, but then it's like, right, I've scrunched my hair up. How do I now get the bobble on? I'm too stupid for this. I don't even own a mirror anymore because it's all packed up. But if I could do it like Chizuru does, like Jade... What? Oh. Oh, oh. Oh, wait. Oh, wait a minute. Jin, are you okay? Jin, it was meant to be a cumulative goal. I like you guys. I don't want to bankrupt you. It's funny taking a little bit of money off you here and there because I'm a content creator, and it makes me smile a bit to say, oh, somebody likes my content enough to throw £2 at me, and I wanted to just kind of say, you know, maybe in a couple months we'll get, or like a month and a half, we'll get Trobal's channel some deserved promo, because her little stannies will gradually keep throwing £2 at me, and it's funny and it's nice. Jin, meanwhile, has just dropped the whole thing with the remaining £3 covered by a Hop of Enjoyer. Can you say glizzy? Oh, that's a whole story. I'll teach you my story about the glizzies as thanks for the donations. But like, good grief, I thought 55 would take like 2 or 3 streams minimum, and Jin's just dropped it all. And this is from someone who has a bit more of an income than the rest of the Trobal Stannies, because she's a very, very, very talented artist who gets a lot of commissions because the Instagram's kind of blowing up, not gonna lie. But a lot of it is just commissions from her own friends, to be fair. And now it's all just cycled back to Tale of the Toaster. How's that happened? I mean, absolutely, we will reciprocate the offer immediately. I'm a man of my word. We met £55 instantly, but like, you know, you just broke your iPad today, right? Or like had to pay for repairs, which had probably cost more than the iPad itself. Bless her, she tumbled down the stairs and then fell directly on top of her iPad and cracked it in half. I need to actually read the message. This is for the 13 commissions I can't fulfill because I fell down 2 flights of stairs this morning and my iPad broke. I mean, I hope you're all right. But also, like, if you're currently incapable of doing commissions and therefore earning money, why are you then throwing your money away? You're meant to make it last a little bit. But no, it's fine. It's for a purpose. We will immediately make this worth. Thank you very much for the 55 cumulative pounds within one stream. Where do I go again? Yeah, here it is. So there's 10 people in there right now, and I would say there's room for one more at some point, but I don't know what that one would be. But let's find Trobal. Subscriber count 90, so that's gone up by 2 in real time. And let's say Sync's not really doing a lot of content at the moment anyway, so let's do it like this. Dragon Blaze is making a bit of content at the moment. I'm obviously trying to put the precedence on the people who are actually making... look how many other Trobals there are, by the way. I've never met any others, but we got Trobal FF, we got Trouble G, we got Trobal Squad, we got Trobal Seller, T-Robal for you, Cabal Trouble, Dylan is in trouble with 1.7 million subscribers. The Trobal Kids. Is that the spin-off? Trobal does Coco Melon content. I mean, Sync's obviously important because he made my Galaxy stuff doable as well. So, Alex, I love you, but we'll put you at the bottom. Because you don't actually make content, and let's have Trobal visible in some form, considering it's a brand new edition. And we've still got Janus telling me to stick the Sidemen in there as well. Just have a look at this for a sec. Here's the videos. This is all within 9 days. I'm kind of popping off, not gonna lie. There's your Inazuma Let's Plays. There's Ares, for anyone who cares about Ares. We got the Buyee section, except that one didn't involve Buyee. I maybe bought it on Buyee, it just wasn't sponsored. And you got your other videos. We got podcasts, SD comics, thumbnail recaps, song covers, which is getting bigger and bigger. The goal celebrations. I'm still trying to find a French person to do the final video in this series. The tier lists are there, of course, and level 99s will soon be getting some more stuff because once I've released my brand new Orion video tomorrow, that was it. That was the last of the videos I wanted to release before starting Galaxy level 99. So they're super, super close. Remember when I did Let's Plays of other games that aren't in Inazuma 11? Yeah, neither do I. They do exist, though, apparently. I really need to stream this game sometime on YouTube. Mario Tennis Power Tour is the whole reason I got into Inazuma 11 in the first place, and I'm not going to ask any of you to go and watch a literal 12-year-old Let's Play or whatever it is. I made it in 2012, so yeah, it's 11 years old now. I'm not going to ask you to go and watch a Let's Play that old, but I do need to cover it again because it's so Inazuma, just on the Game Boy Advance instead. There's the shorts, and then full screen it for a bit. Wow, wow, look at that, and the doorbell's going off. Hopefully the other guy here has got that covered. Trobel is having a stare at Dragon Blaze. Hopper Enjoyer says, can we get an LBX playthrough? Yeah, that one's not for stream. That one's to be an actual Let's Play. It seems like I'm going to have to get the door. Give me a sec. It's okay, false alarm is still worth it because it means I can put the light on. I do need to catch up on chat for a second here, but yep, there's trouble. In Content Friends, whether you're on the first page or the second one, you still get double the promo, which is thoroughly well deserved by Jin's financial contributions. And now I guess I need another different donation drive. But for now, yeah, well, cheers. Let's get that closed and go back to the video game because you would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies would hug the girl and Soji dies. Hope you're alright anyway after tumbling down the stairs. I fell down the stairs once when I was a youth, but it just didn't faze me. That was the moment I realised that I'm invincible, I guess. And then when I was in like year 7 and 8 in school, I basically did parkour. I'd like jump down entire flights of stairs and everyone would watch me do it and they're like, this isn't cool. This is just dangerous. You're making me worry. I don't like seeing you jump down entire flights of stairs. And eventually I stopped. But I also never injured myself. I was never punished for jumping down all those stairs, both in a educational punishment sense and just in a gamer. I was never punished for taking this risk. But I won't do it anymore, I promise. Just some bad bruises. Just some bad bruises. Do you realise what you've just said? It's either, oh, just a few scratches, or, yeah, I got some bad bruises, but kind of laid there for a minute like I was in a glue trap before remembering I had a bus to get. Oh, that's the worst, when you've got to then run for the bus on an injury. I guess the one time I realised that I wasn't invincible, right? This one's quite a fun one. Oh, yeah, I need to do the Glizzy story as well, actually, but... the one time I realised with the worst possible timing that I am in fact vincible as opposed to invincible. So I worked in the US for 2 months in charge of a summer camp. Usually when you're running a class for your students, bear in mind these kids are about 9 to 10 years old. So we had one of the higher age groups, like if I was unlucky, I could have been in charge of the 4 to 5 year olds or the 6 to 7 year olds, and that would have just stunk. Thankfully, I had the most responsible group, but I definitely needed that to be the case because there was one time where we basically got locked out of the classroom and I was the only one looking after them. The other 2 counsellors were just not there for some reason. I don't remember why. And because I was like the cool guy media teacher, you came on my class to make films, not to be taught stuff and have a responsible person like teach you how to live and stuff. I'm trying to get this face cam out. Never mind, here's a selfie stick. It's going on the floor, I guess. Yeah, this was one of the few cases where it's like, okay, I'm looking after the class myself. And they don't do anything wrong by any means. They're just kind of waiting to get inside a locked room. I guess the reason one of the counsellors wasn't there is because they were trying to find the key, obviously. So what do I go and do when I've got a class of like 20 kids in the United States of America all under my direct control? I just walk into a tree stump and just slice me leg open on it. And that sounds like an exaggeration because it didn't go that deep. I didn't realise how injured I was until I kind of looked at it. But it's like, you don't feel like you can really injure yourself that badly by walking into an already cut down tree. But I literally just walked into a tree stump and I'm like, lol, walking into a tree, I guess I must be blind. But then I looked at my leg a minute later, and it's just crimson red, and I'm just sat there thinking, what have I done? I've absolutely just severed myself on a tree, and I can't do anything about it because we're locked out of the classroom, and I can't go and get myself medical attention because I'm stuck looking after 20 kids. And I just had to sit there bleeding out while I waited for some other counsellor to turn up and take over my job so that I could go and get some medical attention. It's like I only really needed a bandage at the end of the day. Again, I wasn't in pain for any part of it, thankfully. It was just a bit of a concerning sight, seeing me just get slowly more bloody while I can do absolutely sod all about it. But this feeling, it feels like my heart's about to break, but I'm happy. He sounded bewildered and also a little scared. Yeah, Simeon has to pop his clogs at age 16 or whatever as well, so it might be over for you, but she feels right in his arms. Part of me worried that he'd hear my heart rate. Ooh, are we too close to Mr. Okita? I mean, your head is buried on his chest, so if he's got a heartbeat going, you'll definitely be able to tell. But oh well, this is still just quite nice, actually. This isn't like that image where I thought he was sucking her feet for a second. Or the one where he just collapses onto her on the floor, or whichever way around it was. That one was a bit weird, but this is just them liking each other, which is nice. Too bad he has to die. He might actually die here permanently, but yeah, how did we get onto... Yeah, because you couldn't even just sit there and wallow in your pain because you then had to go run and catch a bus. That's the worst part. It's like I could have walked into a tree while I was caring for these kids if I wasn't solely responsible for them. That's the part that made it a pain. But yeah, we'll talk about glizzies later because this is actually like, this is what we've been waiting for. Literally, when I plugged in the game, I thought, haha, wouldn't it be funny if we fell in love with Soji Okita from Inazuma 11? And now it's finally happening. Like, it's unfolding before our eyes. He's into us, and now the romantic music is gone. We found Hijikata, who's dressed up all nice. Hello. So what happened with Kondo? Oh dear. Oh, that sucks. He surrendered, they put him in prison, and they chopped his head off. Albania 1-0 up over Czechia. Wait a minute, Ted. I appreciate your football updates. This is keeping me well updated. Zephyrus, you're in the US? No, I was only in the US for the duration of the summer camp job, so 3 months. I'm obviously back in the UK now, but Czechia will be through to the Euros pretty safely anyway, so I guess it's just Albania's time to have a good one. So, fair enough. And if you haven't heard the name Czechia before, this is a geography lesson from Tale of the Toaster. Czech Republic is not really the name of the country anymore. So it's the one with Prague in it as its capital city. Let's get the flag up just so everyone knows that we're on the same page. There we go. This place. So if you're a subscriber of Tale of the Toaster, I want to hear Czechia. I know that football is a bit bad for using old country names, and so is Wikipedia, because they care more about what's the commonplace language than what's actually official. They're the same with Turkey versus Turkey as well. Oh, Okita's saying fuck. We're keeping that on our screen for a little bit while we talk about Czechia. Yeah, so Czech Republic was never really meant to be the country's name in the first place. Hiya, Logan. Nice to see you before you've got to go. Czech Republic was the country's name in the same sense as France is called the French Republic. Every country has a shorthand name and a long form name. So it's not wrong to say that the name of France is the French Republic. The United Kingdom is in fact the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. That's the full name of our country. The problem with the Czech Republic is that you're meant to have a long name and a short name, but they just didn't come up with a short name. I think Czechia, they were maybe concerned about clashing with Chechnya in Ukraine, I believe. Obviously, they only broke away from Czechoslovakia within the past 30, 40 years anyway. But yeah, so they were called Czech Republic for lack of having a real shorthand name. But ever since 2018, they do. So it is called Czechia now. Eurovision has finally started respecting that. That was always annoying me, how they would always continue to call it Czech Republic, even though that wasn't the name of the country anymore. Football is a little skew-if. They can't quite make their mind up. But here on Tale of the Toaster, on youtube.com/Tale of the Toaster, we call it Czechia because I love geography. I just had to wrap up my big world map, actually. Like, right behind there was a big world map on my wall, and now it's just in a storage room. Oh! He's furious about Isami Kondo getting killed, which seems like an unavoidable part of the story no matter which path we go down. But he's gonna strangulate him. After we've just fallen in love and everything like that. Yeah, there's no saving him, mate. Just enjoying getting some actual acting here, sheesh. Soji. Bless. Yeah, I mean, I miss Kondo as well. He's an Inazuma 11 character too. But, you know, Okita, you might not have Kondo anymore and you might be dying, but you've also got a girlfriend now. Well, we haven't said it in words, but I feel like we're kind of getting there, you know? You think I'm hot. I think you're Soji Okita from Inazuma 11. It's a good mix. We can't have Kazama anymore because we are no longer a pure-blooded demon. So, yeah, I'll go for you, sure. Trouble says, don't worry, Teo, my Eurovision knowledge has informed me about the country's name. What else has your Eurovision knowledge informed you about? Because I would love to have a Eurovision chat with anyone who will oblige me. I am such a big Eurovision fan, it is unreal. It's like in my top 5 things in the world. What's Tail the Toaster's top 5 things? Inazuma 11, Robot Wars, including BattleBots, Eurovision, just travelling around the world, and Smashy Brothers. There you go. That's my 5 things. But Eurovision breaks into that tight-knit little group because it's bloody brilliant. Let me catch up on that bit of dialogue. They were talking about what Kondo was doing, so they couldn't stop an execution. The chief was planning to pose as somebody else, but his disguise wasn't good enough. He got recognised. I'll see you later, Zephyrus. I'll stick it on auto for a bit while I have a look at the chat. The great thing about when I look at the chat and catch up on everything is that that big £50 donation from Jin is like still visible there. And it's pink as well. When a donation's that large, it changes colour. I never thought I'd see a donation of that colour. Here I thought 55 quid was going to be hard to reach and it was going to take weeks of effort, and I'm simply rolling in it. But Trouble Sundays have now been officially promoted on the Tale of the Toaster YouTube platform. So that's pretty funny. Ted Brower was also asking, what was your least favourite Let's Play to work on? Well, what was your least favourite Let's Play? He didn't specify from me, but that must be it. I was always disappointed with how Sonic Lost World performed in terms of views, because I did it immediately after Inazuma 11 won, and I wasn't prepared for it to be quite such a steep drop-off. Which it makes sense, really. People don't subscribe to me for Sonic. But that was the only time I'd ever put something out there and it had like visibly done quite badly, I guess. Paper Mario took me far too long to complete. It took me like a year, but it was very fun to do. Mario Kart Super Circuit, that was just, you know, basic stuff. Nothing exemplary there. Pokemon Channel is still the best series I've ever made. It's better than all of my Inazuma 11 videos. If you haven't watched my Pokemon Channel Let's Play, it's only 11 episodes long, and it's still the 11 best videos I've made on YouTube.com. So, like, if I were to tell you what my favourite Inazuma 11 Let's Play is, that could be any of them. Literally could be 2, 3 Chrono Stones. But, like, Pokemon Channel's better than all of them. And then Mario Tennis Power Tour, I hope I did it justice. But I would also love to do it justice again with a revisit. So, yeah, it's like there aren't any that I don't like. But I guess there's like 3 things it could be. Raised an eyebrow. We're talking about... oh, Yamazaki's been shot as well. Shot fatally or shot ouchie owie? Is my bro okay? Because now we're finally paying attention to the ninja guy. You know, everyone loves the ninja. Especially that Hop-Up enjoyer. "13 commissions you can't fulfill," by the way, is wild. I know it must be going well over on the gram, but well, fingers crossed the new tablet pops through nice and quick, or the repaired tablet pops through nice and quick, because I wouldn't trust repairs. I would just get a new one at that point. But yeah, if you've lost actual stuff that you were already working on, that just kind of blows. I'd check the iCloud, because a lot of Apple stuff does back up automatically, and you should be able to sign into it from a desktop. I swear Tail played an extraordinarily hard Postman Pat game. Ah, you see, so those are different. Those are the mini LPs. So that's in a different league to my Let's Plays. They are still Let's Plays of games from start to finish. They just usually are only 2 episodes long. But if you include those, then we had Robot Wars Metal Mayhem, Robot Wars Advanced Destruction, Flashlight for DSiWare, Ninja Bread Man Versus with Alexander Greensmith, that was the best one by miles, Duck Hunt on the Wii U Virtual Console, Thomas and Friends steaming around Sodor, we've got Learning Land at the Fun Fair. You lot are too young to know what that game is, but this series is peak entertainment for anyone aged between 26 to 29. Which I very much fall into. But Learning Land, it was peak CD-ROM entertainment. Like, you'd get magazines that came with a educational game every week with all of these losers in it. The cat would teach you maths. The rabbit would teach you English. No, sorry, Tim the mouse would teach you maths. Millie the rabbit would teach you English. Chapter 7. The cat, I can't remember what the cat's called, but she would teach you like life stuff. So like how to clean, how to organize things. And then Biff the rhino, he would be about nature, so he was always the fun one, and he's dressed like Lucas from Smash Brothers Brawl and Mother 3. That one was fun, and then finally you had Postman Pat for the final mini LP that I ever did make. And how would I pick a least favourite out of those? I don't know, Duck Hunt, I guess, because it's only 1 video instead of 2. Still a very comprehensive Duck Hunt Let's Play, though. Tail, it's all us, not gonna lie. We keep paying her to draw mostly cursed stuff, says Ray. Eventually, I'll end up doing the same. I mean, I might as well bloody commission her, considering she's given me about 75 quid lifetime or something like that. But I did get the lovely freebie drawing in the post, and that one was lovely. Wait, Ted Brower says, "Yo, Peter Post." Did they call Postman Pat Peter Post in Dutch? A horrible scream lingers in my ears. Wait a minute, this is so contrasting. Shinsengumi game is trying to be so serious, but I'm just sat here thinking, they called Postman Pat Peter Post? Because yeah, it's like they won't have the term postman. In fact, shout outs to Dutch for having not specifically gendered terms for the postal service. You know, you don't have to try and awkwardly come up with a term like postwoman if you just call yourself Miriam Post. Somebody is holding me. I can hear them panting and I can feel their heart racing. They're running away from my house. It's Alexander Greensmith! He won't be sticking around, obviously, because he's watching the Scotland-Spain football match. But nice to chuff and see you. You've had loads of shout-outs in this stream already, because I was updating my recommended channels section of my YouTube channel, where you are obviously a key part of it. So, nice to see you, mate. Soji Okita from Inazuma 11 has successfully fallen in love with us, and we are currently eloping from Kyoto to be with him. And he says hello to the other green surname, that being Janus Greenway. The person carrying me is talking. They sound angry, but are they crying too? Tell me it's Kazama. It won't be. But if it was Kazama, I'd be so pleased. Obviously, it has to be Okita. We're in his final chapter now. But yeah, Alex, I've been getting some live updates on the football scores within the chat, actually. I've heard that Albania's beating Czechia, which is kind of wild. and that Poland's finally winning a match again now that they've got a decent manager. But bastards, I hate them! I hate them! The angry thumping heart grows louder and louder. Yeah, that's not Kazama. Ozrock would never say this.
Bastards, I hate them!
Maybe he would. But looks like Chapter 7 might be real quick because there's only one option select left in the game, according to Ray. Oh, is that me? Has Jade Green turned into a spiteful little cow? I hate them. Those Shinsengumi. Or whoever I'm blaming. Whoever killed the Sami Kundu. Kosovo scored against Andorra. Thank God for that. It was a dream, apparently. You were making all sorts of noise. Alex, by the way, did I tell you the part where I made another save file in Go Galaxy? I'm now in Chapter 10 of my own third playthrough, so whenever you want to play Big Bang again, it will definitely be waiting there for you, because it was in the end just quicker to play the game again from scratch on another downloaded copy. So hopefully soon I'll be able to record my Go Galaxy all topics and all photos videos, and then that will be the absolute last of the miscellaneous stuff aside from level 99s, which I reckon will be starting next week. Hopper Enjoy is saying, oh my god, update, she's accessed her camera roll. Who? Oh, you mean Jin, after squashing her iPad under her arse, has actually managed to recover the files after all. Well, that's good.
But if you wanted an iPad to work, you shouldn't have freaking sat on it, should you?
Now that we know it's all fine, we can take the mickey. Alex says, telling his viewers the really nice thing he did for me to make up for me being relegated to the bottom of featured chat. You're not actually at the bottom, Alex. They are lying to you. Janus is just trying to get a raise. You are technically one space further back than before, but very much like not the bottom. The bottom's HMAS, because man's got 400,000 subscribers and he definitely doesn't need the promo. He's mainly just in there because he's me pal and a very good content creator. I mean, if anyone in this chat is not subscribed to HMAS, yes, you'll be a drop in the ocean. You'll be taking his subs from 417,000 to 417,001. But by the same token, he's one of the best PokeTubers in the world. And just the fact that he is a massive Inazuma 11 fan should be all the convincing you need. Like, let's just drag him across so that you definitely know who I'm on about. Like, this is barely even a plug. This is just an instruction at this point. If you're not subscribed to HMAS, what are you doing, man? Because his videos will last on average about 60 seconds. And they'll make you laugh. And they're all about Pokemon. And I know you like Pokemon. And he occasionally uses Inazuma 11 music in the background of the shorts as well. So that's literally a no-brainer. But yeah, to show it off, Alex. We got these folk. We got these folk. And we got these folk. My favourites. They killed everyone. I could feel the hate and anguish stir in my breast again. That's one way to word it. Sure. Alex says, looks like I'm top of the B League. Hey, Poland will be joining you there soon. Ted Brower says HMAS has a video with 8 million views where he references Inazuma 11 for Cinderace. Well, there you go. Sorted. Actually, I think I've got... To say that most of my belongings are in storage, I actually have a slightly Cinderace-y looking thing. Let me do some diving around the bag. Here we go. Don't ask me why I have this. Let me bring up my own face cam. some Cinderace sweets from Japan, because one of the only things I haven't put in storage is my snack drawer, and these do count as snacks, even though clearly I'm never going to eat them because they'll be a few years old. In fact, actually, it's not sweets. I think it's a powdered drink. He makes Cinderace flavoured cola. Eat him. Ah, I can stick him in me gob, but yes, Cinderace will continue to represent in the form of this small bag. Gotten the Perfect Chow says, you know, the weird thing about me is that outside of Inazuma 11, I don't really care for football. That's 75% of the chat. In fact, it described me as well, but then I got into football more so after the fact. I would say Inazuma 11 got me into football rather than football got me into Inazuma 11, but... Oh no, not you, man! Go away! Yeah, no, I would say probably about half the entire fandom doesn't even care about football. I don't know how it ended up this way, but it seems very true. Turkey is a goal ahead on Croatia. What the heck? No, I don't have anything related to Guju. I don't have any food related to literally any other Pokemon. You fought the Imperial Army at Utsunomiya. Did you kill Kondo? Because it is super time to kill you in that case. I mean, we were already sick of you. Because this game's villains are fun when they're Ozrock, when they're Kazama. But when it's this dude, my little brother, looking all handsome but just saying entirely despicable things. Like, what are you doing there? Jaina says, who is NJG Woo? I said that earlier on in the stream, but he's my Robot Wars buddy and Eurovision buddy. He's at the top of the list because I'm part of the channel, effectively. It's like, it's his channel, but for podcasts and top 100s and all that kind of stuff, he gets me involved with them. So it's like putting myself at the top of my recommended channels. And it would be weird to have a random non-Inazuma channel in the middle of everyone else anyway. It's like, I don't plug my Robot Wars stuff to you because nobody in the chat cares about Robot Wars, but technically I do have a Robot Wars group channel and it's been linked on Tail of the Toaster the entire time. Yes, Janus, this is a fella. He's my brother. He was posing as a woman earlier in the story, but it was a disguise, it was a trick. And what's happened to his eyes? Has he realised he's lost? Have we beaten him? Can we get rid of him? What do you mean we were murdered? Are you trying to say that I'm dead? But yeah, no, I get it, Ray. Real football is too boring for your attention span. 90 minutes is a lot of time. I've grown to like it over the years, but even when I was first getting into it, it was mainly just from a geography point of view. Like, I used to really like the Croatia football team because they just made a randomly really unexpected run to success. They've done that a lot now, but I was there for the very first upset run that they made to third in the Euros or whatever. And I was like, at that age, I didn't even know what Croatia was. And then this country that I'd never heard of had just beaten all the giants to get a good result in a football tournament. And that's the fun of it for me, just cheering for the underdogs and letting other countries get a bit of time in the sun. That's why I don't really cheer for England either. Usually whoever England comes up against, I'm cheering for the opponent until it gets to the point where England is against the other giants like Spain, France, Italy. That's when I'll start cheering on the home nation a little bit. I've actually seen an England match in person. I went to see them versus North Macedonia with Alex, and I was cheering for North Macedonia, and then they lost 7-0. So Oh dear. The misery I endured for so many years, you have experienced in a fraction of that time. You understand what I suffered, and so I no longer have any reason to hate. Typo! Typo in the video game! Screenshot the typo! Oh, it's already gone now because I'm on auto mode, but you no longer have to abide by whatever they were saying. Well, I don't want you to revive our clan. Our clan's not worth having. I can continue to exist for Soji Okita's benefit. All of the rest of us should be wiped out. Especially with your nefarious methods to get what you want. What is the score between Scotland and Spain anyway? I guess it must be 0-0, but I'll try not to talk about football too much more, because like we said, most of the chat doesn't care. The Western demons living fat off the slaughter of their kind. What does that mean? Gotten says, what in your opinion are the best crisps brand? Because I'm going with Walker's. And yeah, Walker's is the answer. But Walker's baked salt and vinegar, that goes insane. That's like peak. Walker's still has Marmite, which is well up there. Obviously the regular salt and vinegar is brilliant. But they binned off Worcester sauce. And what was that for? They can't have been selling that poorly. Just let me get some Walker's Worcester sauce crisps back in my life. So I genuinely find it hard to call Walker's my favourite when they betrayed me like that. I'm such a big fan of Walker's Worcester sauce crisps, and they killed it off for what reason? Why did you kill my Worcester sauce? I already had to like cope when I went through this whole trauma like 15 years ago when they were doing the design your own flavour, the one that Builder's Breakfast won. Part of that campaign was the invention of a flavour called Chilean Chocolate. And Chilean Chocolate Walker's was beyond peak. Like, that was my top 1 crisps of all time. Walker's Chilean Chocolate was my life. But they were always going to be limited edition unless they won the competition to keep the flavour around, which was never going to happen because everyone hated them except for me. I still voted for it every single day out of my own childhood pocket money anyway. I'd spend like 50p a day to vote for Chilean Chocolate, and it still came dead last out of 6 in the polls. But that taught me to stockpile and how to cope with a crisp flavour that you love running away. But I never got the chance to stockpile Worcester sauce because I had 0 suspicions that they were going to discontinue that. Literally, I'd buy it because I loved it, and then one day I just kind of woke up and said to myself, you know what, it's been a long time since I was able to get some Worcester sauce crisps. And then I looked in shops, I looked on Amazon, I looked up news articles, and there it was. It had been discontinued. I was like, friggin' hell. I can't even, like, have the final packet. They're just already gone. And I was distraught, to be honest, and I'm worried that Marmite's going to get discontinued as well, because that can't sell very well, can it? But they still have prawn cocktail and all that shite. Can't have bloody Worcester sauce, but you can have beef and onion. So I think beef and onion's probably been discontinued as well. I haven't seen that in ages either. But why are Walkers trying so hard to slim down their options? But at least they'll surely never kill off Walker's baked salt and vinegar, because that is giga peak. Oh, stop smiling. Go away! Why have I had so much you in this route? Everyone's telling me to play Heisuke's route because it'll have more Kazama. I think part of the appeal will at this point just be the fact that it's got a lot less of this guy. Go away! You're the worst character! Good grief. We'll be waiting for you. I won't be waiting for you. Go home. Koru. Kairi! Can't read that without thinking of Kingdom Hearts. But so where are we at? Okita caught my eye and opened his mouth to speak when his body twisted vile. Oh, here we go again. He's gonna turn white-haired. And he's gonna have to feast on the blood of the demons, isn't he? Maybe this is where we finally give up on him. We've made it to his final choice. And then we say, oh, you know what? Screw him. Let's just leave him at the final hurdle and get a neutral ending. It's not too late. Me heart's going like the clappers. Me boyfriend's collapsed. Oh no, it's me that wants blood. I want to consume Okita's blood. Oh dear. Oh, it's happening now. The main character, Jade Green, is ravaging for some blood. Again, how did a story about real-world Japanese Shinsengumi get here? But she wants to chow on a bit of Okita pureblood. Well, well, well. Is Okita going to allow it for me? Can we just be bloodthirsty demons for the next 3 years of our life before we all drop dead and stop hyper-evolving? Is she even going to ask? Is she just going to do it? Well, we probably get the choice, actually. Oh, my hair's going to be white as well. My entire body spasmed. Oh no, I don't want to see her with horns. No, the horns are the worst part of the design. Oh, just drape your fringe over it, yeah? Yeah, did you not realise the Water of Life was going to do... Of course you turn it into a fury, you daft cow. You drank the water. What did you think was going to happen? Have you not played this entire game with me? You've seen every single one of your friends turn into hyper-evolved demons. And you just thought, oh, well, I can drink the same stuff and I'll be fine because I'm a pure demon. No, you drink God's aqua and you're going to turn into a friggin' demon, aren't you? Stupid woman. Even she has now Sanan chug-jugged. That's the end. Gotten saying Galaxy's final boss was stressful because it's really, really long. And if you lost, you have to start all again. I think, to be fair, you're allowed to start from the halfway part of the match. But I've got that to do next. I just beat the Falamadius match yesterday in my own time. And then next time I play the game, I've got that match to do. And then I will have beaten Galaxy for the third time. And then I can play the third. I can record the photos and conversation topics thing. Ted Brower says, can someone please explain what a daft cow is? How would I even begin to explain what a daft cow is? Right, so the first word is daft, which means stupid. The second word is cow, which is a bit of a derogatory term for a woman. Which, when I have to explain it, makes me sound horrible. But she is being a daft cow because she drank the bloody S-gene and didn't think she was going to turn into a demon. Silly woman. Well, that's why I'm calling her a daft cow. Trouble says, LeMayo, I just beat Galaxy's final boss. Do you want to beat it on my... Funny thing is, I could just abandon HAKU OKI in this stream and start playing against the Galaxy final boss here instead. I'd be spoiling it for Alex Greensmith if he's still around, and it would take an hour, so it's not actually a good idea. But it is quite sincerely something I have to do at some point. I'm a little worried about that, to be honest. But if you want it, I won't tell you no. He's reluctantly offering his blood, but he's not happy about it. Welcome to the chat, Ranger NL. You've made it to the final decision we have to make here in HAKU OKI Stories of the Shinsengumi 3D. Please can I summon the lovely Ray, the enjoyer of Hoppips, the Opontine of Newcastles, the Toon of Splatoons, to tell me, and also in chat, what would you do in this position? Would I beg Okita for his blood so that I can rejuvenate myself? Or do I just cope with the pain and probably drop dead? The lovely Opontine enjoyer Hoppip Ray Splat has said, endure it. Which seems a bit screwed up, if I'm honest. We let this guy Okita drink our blood 2 or 3 times now. But the moment we need blood, we can't take it from him. Apparently he doesn't have horns while I do. But like, what's up with that? Bloody one-sided misogynistic relationship this. If you can drink my blood, let me drink yours. Well, I won't do because I want him to marry me and stuff. But well, come on, man. If we're going to be a couple, we've got to do things 50-50 here. Are we trying to give more blood to him? Wait, we need it more than he does. I guess he does have white hair. We're both... yeah, we're both on the way out here. I do want blood. What a state. I never thought I'd be here. In all of my years, in all of my 18,000 subscribers, how did we get to thirsting for blood in a Japanese police system romance novel? You can't free him from his fury blood. He's already made the mistake. You can't sort him out now. You've both just got to drink blood until you drop dead. That's it. She's in mega pain. Jade Green saying, I can't believe it. It hurts so much. Oh my god. It's unbearable. But you have to drink my blood, Okita. Simeon will save us, right? Oh, don't say that. Don't reward me for being so selfless. Oh, not the same image again. Janus Greenway says, by the way, Tail, thoughts on One Direction. Plot of this game. Everybody trying to steal my girl. Everybody wanna take her heart away. Not a being in the whole wide world. We'll find another one cause she belongs to me. Deary me. I did do a cover of Story of My Life on Smool once. For any actual One Direction stannies. Again, I have a Smool karaoke account for recording the Inazuma covers with Deleze, but I did a couple of regular songs as well. One of them being Story of My Life by One Direction, because that's just a very nice song to sing. The story of my life, I'll take her home. I drive all night to keep her warm in time. It's frozen. But time is not frozen for Jade Green and Soji Okita, because he's slurping up that blood, which is a bit of a weird thing for Dwayne Warner to walk in on, but hello. Okita will go back to normal, and then we're probably just gonna frigging cop it, because we're already writhing in unbelievable pain, and then we're trying to save his life instead of focusing on Misen. Can you cover What Makes You Beautiful? No, because it sucks. When I like a One Direction song, I like it. When I don't like it, they're bad. What Makes You Beautiful is ass. What was that new Harry Styles song? I say new, it's over 2 years old, but I forgot what it's called now. But holding me back, everyone's holding me back. What kind of love would you ever ask? Why don't we leave it at that? Indeed, we'll do no more. But that song was good, but I've forgotten most of it now. Ted Brower's just started singing the chorus of What Makes You Beautiful in the chat. Ah, yes, As It Was. Yeah, that's the good one. Oh no, we're not going to have to see Kaoru again, man! Go away! Why is the Okita route so full of that guy? I'm seeing more of my stupid brother than I have of my actual boyfriend. And why are you being so civil about it as well? Don't talk about his offer, just fucking stab him in the chest. Shayna Screamway said the way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed as a One Direction quote, and yet I took it dead seriously for a sec because I had just done a hair flip in the face cam, or at least a hair sweep. I think it's pretty clear either way. We've been streaming for nearly an hour and 40 minutes, so pretty much this stream will go until we finish the Okita route. So we'll beat Chapter 7 and then happy days. We'll have truly proper beaten the game, and then if we want to do a Heisuke route or something like that, then we have to fight to bring the game back. But I'm very much at the mercy of what these Trouble Stannies want, considering they've given us bloody 55 quid tonight. But Ray says, FYI, the brother only shows up once on every other route. Every other route? Even Sanan's route has only got that dickhead once. Why does it have to be this one, man? Oh, God. But, yes, good to know he won't be a part of it, and that Kazama obviously will be a part of the Heisuke route. The only trouble is we still don't yet care about Heisuke himself. Like, who is he? He's not in Inazuma 11, he's just a skinny legend. He just like me for real, and maybe that's part of it. I can't date myself. The Heisuke route feels a bit self-cesty, and that's not good. What are your thoughts on Waves by Mr. Prob? Never heard of it. Thoughts on Steal My Heart from their first album? Mate, I know I'm from the UK. I'm not that big of a One Direction expert. If something made it to the radio, I've probably heard it. And if something's an album exclusive, why would I have heard that? I didn't buy bloody One Direction's album. My X Factor act graduate of choice was James Arthur. James Arthur is the best singer to ever grace this planet. One Direction, they're pretty good. They just need to be given good songs for me to wrap around them. And also Zayn is the best member. There you go. Zayn, followed by Liam, followed by Harry, followed by... Well, the other two suck. It's like Zayn, Liam, Harry, Gap, Louis, just because he's from Doncaster, Gap, Niall. Niall's bad, man. Who put blood in the group? Why do people act blood as in B-U-L-D, not all of this blood that everyone's squelching on? Jaina says thoughts on Impossible by James Arthur. Why has it always got to be impossible, man? I know how I sound with this. I feel like I'm bloody gatekeeping here, but, you know, Impossible, it was his winner's song. It's good. It's a cover of a song that was already good before James Arthur got to it, but, like, this is a guy who got a full, like, record career, who's still making music to this day. Some X Factor winners, like Matt Cardle, for instance, you can only talk about their winner's song because they didn't really have any others. But why is James Arthur still in a position where his most famous song is his winner's song, which is a cover of somebody else's? I really thought Say You Won't Let Go would be his most famous at this point, but people still really do just bang on about Impossible. And whenever I go to my local karaoke bar in Newcastle, for the Newcastlers in chat, that's Rafferty's. They do karaoke every Thursday, and I will occasionally make my presence known so that I can have a little sing-song. But they've only got 3 James Arthur songs on the karaoke, and one of them's Trainwreck. Randomly, that one wasn't even a big deal. But then the others are just Impossible and Say You Won't Let Go, like the 2 most famous ones. But where it's really at is songs like Can I Be Him and Certain Things and Unproudly Present and the one that's just called You. Oh, it's poll time. Sure, let's turn off auto to have a quick look at that. We'll go on Inazuma Perfect Picks. This is not Inazuma Perfect Pigs. This is English Inazuma SD, but good enough. There we go, Ayez. Ah, lol. Can't have Axel versus Mark in the final if you have it now. Way, what a way to get rid of one of them. Chat, I once again have no real preference on who wins this out of Mark and Axel. So, if chat does have a preference, just throw in a tiny little donation and say which character you want me to vote for, and whichever one has collected the most revenue, I will vote for on stream. Jin is already begging for Axel, but Jin is the last person who should be donating. To be fair, she's already given me enough in this one. But we've got Janus Greenway's going for Mark. Hopip Enjoy is going for Mark. A human Portuguese dub fan is saying Mark. Gotten the Perfect Chow is saying Mark. What the hell, there's a lot of Mark stands actually. In fact, the only Axel voters in chat at the moment are Jin and Trouble. But this is not a majority rules. This is a whoever pays the most rules. So I will vote with my wallet. If you want me to vote for Axel, that can be arranged. I'll just check my DMs while I can see that there... Oh yeah, no, it's nothing to do with you lot. It was me trying to get a French content creator to work on the goal celebrations video. So back we again to the stream. £2 has been chucked in chat by Jin. She's now up to a total of £54 donated today. So if when it reaches, shall we say, a couple minutes, like when we're somewhere in the 850 region, a vote for Axel Blaze will be placed unless the Mark stands want to outbid her.
君は彼らと共に生きたい?
And what would if I was forced to choose, it's a weird one because I don't really care about Axel or Mark that much at all during the original trilogy. And then in the Go trilogy, they made Mark a lot better, while Axel just becomes a bit of an icon, shall we say. But you don't get to enjoy his character that much apart from his design. So it's like in Go, Mark is kind of a little bit ahead, but I would say Axel's probably a better character than Mark during the OG trilogy anyway, so they're kind of even-ish. But then in Orion, that's when both characters are the best they've ever been. Mark in Orion is my favourite version of Mark, but Axel in Orion is my favourite version of Axel. Obviously the same applies to Ares as well, Ares and Orion together. I think it's true for Jude as well. I really like Jude and Orion, but that one you can't really say that Jude in Orion is a better character than Jude in OG. Like, Jude is part of the Italy arc, which is peak. Jude in Orion, I mainly just like him for his butler and dropping Ichihoshi to the floor. Sorry, dropping Philip Starr to the floor. LOL! Philip Starr. He's got his mind set on this kingdom of demon stuff, and you just said he'll kill to see it happen. I'm sure he'd kill you if he had to. You really think he'll let you convince him to just forget about the whole thing? Jin says, I'm not really seeing eye to eye with your Orion opinions. Mate, no, Axel works great as a mentor. He's done his whole part of being the main striker, and then when he gets his rip-off, Kozomaru is like the best Axel ever. But yeah, no, I think there's a lot more truth to it for Mark, at least. Because he's not the main character, but he's still the captain, and the way he encourages Sandra to steal Margin the Hand was really, really nice, and just adaptation on the spot with the diamond hands is cool, and he's just ultimately not always the keeper, which is a relief, considering I'm such a Darren LeChance stan. But yeah, it's like, when you ask me who do I prefer out of Mark and Axel, they are pretty much back to back for me. I have almost no preference. Just, if you put it down to OG, I would say Axel. If you put it down to Go, I would say Mark. And if you put it down to Orion, they're very similar, and that is comparing my favourite versions of those characters. Yeah, no, we're not going along with whatever Kaoru wants. I don't even know what the offer was, because to be fair, I don't care. They want to rebuild my family? At what cost, mate? Nah. Who has the better dub voice, in your opinion? What, out of Mark and Axel? Right, to be fair, Mark's voice actor in the English dub of Ares is a really good voice actor. He voices Kibo in Danganronpa, and I think Leon as well. No, Leon is Shuichi, but no, he does like the big banhammer guy. But he plays the main character of Rain Code, Lucian Dodge. There you go, that's his name. Lucian Dodge is a very good voice actor, but his Mark voice was the one that didn't work. He sounds great when he's playing Valentine. He sounds great when he's playing Heath Moore. He does not sound good as Mark. So, whereas Axel is, isn't it? Bloody hell, I forgot now. This was in my Inazuma Iceberg. It's that YouTuber who became a... Yeah, Nate Wants to Battle. He's the voice of Axel in Ares. So, even though I love Lucian Dodge, yeah, Axel clears voice-wise. But Mark in Go, in the game, has the best voice between any of them combined. So, there you go. That's enough about Mark versus Axel. That is basically to say I could very happily vote for either. And it will be going to Axel unless somebody wants to outbid Jin, who has said in a voice chat, I have so much to say, but I don't want to be that person on stream. Please do say it anyway. Like, let's turn off the game chat for a bit. I am absolutely not the kind to say, because I'm the Inazuma person who makes the videos for you and I have subscribers and whatever, that my opinions are the one that stands. No, I love it when people challenge my opinions and tell me I'm chatting shit out of my arse. It's great when people disagree with my points of view. I personally think that Mark and Axel in Orion, I love seeing Axel as a mentor where he doesn't have to be the guy scoring the goals, he's instead encouraging other people to do it, and he invented Last Resort within this season after all, and then was able to... The fact that it took 3 people to recreate it until Kazomaru does it, it speaks to how high level Axel actually is, but without him needing to play. Okay, everyone's now just calling my opinions shit without even saying why. Yeah, you have to at least reason with it a bit, but like, I'm always up for a little debate on differences of opinion in Inazuma, because at the end of the day, Inazuma is a work of fiction. I always thought, even when I was making Inazuma videos as a younger lad, well, an older teenager, but a while ago, I always thought that Robot Wars would be my main fandom above Inazuma, because maybe a slightly autistic point of view, but I always thought there's a lot more to discuss about Robot Wars because it's factual. You can like rewatch fights and look out for unexpected little details like, 13 Black broke down in the background. We never noticed that before. The edit tried to cover it up. And we could do our whole content side of top 100 robots, and there'd actually be room for discussion, or rating episodes as better than others based on objective qualities, because everything was like in isolation. Each episode is going to have a different set of competitors, where if you're ranking anime episodes against each other, they generally follow on from each other, right? I always thought with Inazuma, how do you really talk about fiction? I can't look at episodes and notice accidental little details, because every detail that's in an episode has been put there on purpose. What can I say that the episode doesn't already? And that's obviously wrong, right? There's loads you can say about Inazuma, but I've been a fan for so long, and I basically like dodged the fandom for a very long time because I didn't realise how much there was to say and how many people would disagree. Like, I just kind of thought most people would have roughly the same opinions on everything, because Inazuma is a series where it has characters that it wants you to like, and it has characters that you are allowed to care about less. So it's kind of trying to form your own opinions for you. But yeah, now that I'm properly into the wave of just chatting Inazuma with everybody, especially now that Robot Wars is like dead and I don't talk about that as much anymore, I'm loving having little Inazuma debates. And so let's see what you've said in chat. Jin says, I think the Inakuni gang, apart from Norika, get no good development or any good moments that make me enjoy them. Their techniques feel very undeserved. Everyone will agree with that. Nobody was rooting for Ryman in Ares. Ryman beating Alias Academy was a crime. They didn't deserve to beat Alpine, and they mega didn't deserve to beat Alias Academy. Because, like, who are these guys? Yeah, Sunny's pretty talented, but your main striker's just a fire tornado spammer. Like, why should these people beat Xavier and Jordan and Bellatrix and Dave Quagmire? Like, they're only winning because they're the protagonist. They're randoms. They didn't have to win. Like, they could have lost to Alias, and then we just followed the journey of Alias throughout the rest of the season. That would have been way better. And Sonny's definitely shallow. He's less over-the-top enthusiastic than Mark and Arian, which I appreciate. They definitely couldn't just do the same character a third time. But he also adds nothing new that wasn't already there. He's case in point, the only... Actually, I don't think Arian was in my top 100 either. He'd maybe get there now. But Sonny was, like, nowhere near it, really. But yeah, no, I'm not that big on the go on the Aries Ryman. I do really like the flat cap guy. Is he called Hattori? He's Kiko Calavento in the dub. That's my guy, but I like him because I picked him on sight. I decided within episode 1 that he was going to be my favourite member of Ryman, and I was going to follow him in everything that he did. And that was just because I liked his dress sense. He had a nice stripy top, and let me get a picture of him up just for people who don't know who I'm on about. I liked the flat cap and I liked the stripy top under the dungarees. This guy's design, I vibe with it immensely. And so, oh yeah, Sonny was in my top 100, Ted. My bad, he wouldn't be anymore. I immediately said, that's my favourite character on the team. I can't wait to see what he does. And then he did nothing! And his one move that he got, Twister Trap, sucks! It's one of the most boring moves I've ever seen. However, I still love him because I decided that I would love him. And there's no changing that sometimes. Once you've got attachment, it doesn't go away. Because remember, Jordan Greenway is my number 1 character. And he didn't get there because of following his arc to completion and realising that I loved him. No, that was on sight as well. I was like, it's Janus from Inazuma 2, but now he's a good guy. That's my favourite character. It was immediate. I spent all of Inazuma 3 specifically paying extra attention to what Jordan was going to do because I loved him immediately. It was love at first sight, shall we say. And then when he got kicked off the team at the halfway mark, not even the halfway mark, when he got kicked off the team 1/3 in, I was heartbroken. I was truly heartbroken. I wanted so much more Jordan than we got, and it just wasn't to be. But yeah, you're absolutely right about the Aries team. I think most people will agree with you on that, though. That's not really a contrarian point of view. There just isn't that much to say about their development because they don't really have any. But by all means, if you want to put your case forward about Orion version of Mark and Axel, I would be happy to listen. You also said, I especially dislike Sonny. I think he's just kind of shallow as a character until that part with his dad in Orion, which I just found funny. Yeah, it is funny. Because, like, bro just got duped. It wasn't even real. And then when his imposter is part of the team that takes on the final boss in Orion, I didn't even know who he was. Like, because he looked so different to the blindfolded guy. His hair had changed colour, and I just didn't even bother acknowledging his name because the plot was just already so all over the place. And I didn't want to like the plot about Sonny's dad because I was still very salty about the fact they kind of ruined episode 1 of Aries just to get that rubbish about his dead mum in there when we really did not need that breaking up the pace of episode 1. So because I really hated what they did with Sonny's mum, they needed to mega justify it with Sonny's dad stuff in Orion, and in the end, nothing they could have done would have been good enough. Janus Greenway really doesn't like Heath Moore. That's interesting. I think he's not anyone's favourite necessarily, apart from Ryusei Boy's Ivar. But I don't think there's anything inherently dislikable about him. Hoppip says, it pisses me off that all of Inakuni's training is only ever shown as flashbacks during the match, and we only ever see the start, never the actual training. Yeah, that's one where we just needed the game to exist. Like, if the anime was locked to 26 episodes, I don't think there's much more they could have done. We were already losing out on important matches as is, like the Zeus match. I would want to fit more training in, but I don't know where they could have done it. We just needed the game, ultimately. Troble's a massive fan of Bunny Cottontail, unless you're Janus Greenway. Oh, Ray is a big Bunny Cottontail fan as well. I think she's pretty cool. But she is a forward on Alpine, which means that Roland Kleinstein was relegated to the bench. And I love Roland Kleinstein, Is it more so Sean Frost's fault for being a forward when he's meant to be a defender? Yes, that was the worst issue, but I can blame Bunny a little bit as well for not being my guy Roland. Let me get Roland up for anyone who doesn't know who I mean. Because this guy was literally in my top 20 or 30 Inazuma 11 characters in my top 100 video. Here we go. There's Roland. This is my GOAT. I bloody love this guy. And he didn't get to have an important role in Ares because Alpine needed some new strikers. But Bunny herself is a pretty cool character and I can't fault her for it. And Okita is going to kill us apparently. Haha, lol. Really believe that. Hold on, let me see if I've got something else for a sec. Yeah, they're just Romeo and Juliet at the moment, saying, if one of us needs to die, we'll kill each other. Haha. Wouldn't that be weird and quirky? Basically, I'm trying to... Somebody made me some Roland Kleinstein art for my, like, birthday or something once, and I'm trying to find it. Oh, here we go. There we go. Look at this! It's my guy! Let me find the Twitter to give proper credit. I think it's Spheloid on Twitter. This was somebody I used to play a lot of Gartic Phone and Scriblio with. I bloody love Gartic Phone and Scriblio. I need to get back into those games. I just need enough Inazuma people to play it with. But yeah, it was at Spheloid on Twitter that did this art just as a gift for me once. And bloody lovely. That, innit? That's my guy. He's got snow on his head. Yeah, Small Toaster, you know exactly who I'm on about. I was trying to avoid using the old Twitter handle, because obviously if you go to look for the old Twitter handle, then you're not going to find anything, are you? But maybe the account still exists, but even still, very nice. We love a bit of Roland. Bunny is great, but she will never be Kleinstein. If you don't want to die, you've got to give up on giving up. Yeah, that's... Sure. I'm way too stubborn to ever throw in the towel. Ah, you're still going to go. Gartic Phone stream when, says Small Toaster. Maybe that's what it gets to at some point. It'd have to be a bit quality controlled before people start slinging it on my stream or something. But, yeah, no, I love a bit of Gartic, and maybe streams is the way to bring that back. Because I could just never quite find enough people to play it with these days. But it's flipping fun. But yeah, by all means, ask Jin in the chat. What's wrong with my Mark and Axel opinions? Because it is now 9:05, and I'll give it 2 more minutes. If any Mark fans want to donate and influence my vote, you can. Otherwise, the Axel vote will be processed in approximately 80 seconds. I'll stay with you forever! My emotions washed over me in a great wave. Oh, he loves me! Soji Okita, my husband. We drew close. Oh. I let my eyes fall close. He's gonna do it. Oh, bless. She's crying as well. The fireflies are back. Well, there you go. That's your thumbnail for next time. We've made it into Soji Okita's... I'm not going to finish that. But we won, chat. We are snogging the face off of Soji Okita. He well and truly loves me. The feelings that words could never convey were easily understood through the medium of a kiss. What I felt for him, he felt for me. Our hearts and minds were one. The love I had for him was so great, I thought at that moment my heart might burst. I loved Okita. Never again did I want to be apart from him. Even if we spent the rest of our lives together, it would be too short a time. It will be short, it'll only be about 2 years max. Aww. Oh, we love Okita so much. And we've also gone to our birthplace and we've met up with our stupid dad and our stupid brother. I've just pulled. I've bloody got what I've been after for these past 7 streams. Me and Okita, we are a thing now. We need to revel in our lovely relationship and kiss again and hug and talk about how we want to go on holiday together. And friggin' 3 lines later, I have to look at these bozos. Fuck off. Go away. I do have an answer. Get bent. Go away. Yes, something's wrong. I could be moseying up into me nice little bed with my hot boyfriend and I'm instead talking to you losers. Why don't you kill him? You clearly want to. Scotland's beating Spain in the football. Let's go. It's a shame that Spain will still just qualify in 2nd place anyway, but for Scotland to beat Spain twice in the qualifiers is pretty baller. I wouldn't mind dying for you. It's these guys who can die. We'll die of natural causes. They can die of murder because they have it coming. He's gonna get his bloody horns out and his red eyes as soon as we reject him as well. Oh yeah, we will. Oh, we'll super abandon. That's what people do when they start getting laid. As soon as you've got a partner, that's it. Say goodbye to the rest of your friends. That was a bit real world for a second there. But yeah, no, I've got Okita now, so I don't need anybody else. Oh, Scotland's goal was disallowed, frick's sake. Yep, Okita's more important than me bloody horn-sprouting dad and me murder-loving brother whose eyes have just flickered with... Yeah, man. Right, they can say whatever they want. It's time to read Jin's opinion on Endo and Goenji in Orion, because it's so difficult to explain, but Endo gets pretty watered down, and I really dislike how, yeah, Axel becomes this mentor character, but also what do you mean it takes 4 people to do his shot, and then you don't have him there doing it himself? I think Endo being watered down is what I wanted, because he's pretty watered down in Go as well. And a lot of that is just him getting older. He's an adult now, but also if he was the main character, well, because he's not the main character, it'd be weird for him to soak up all the attention with his typical "I bloody love football" shtick. It's nice to see him just be a competent footballer for a bit and someone who can spur on his other goalkeepers. I think Mark's a good character to have for the first 3 seasons, but when Go started, I was like, I'm ready for a different kind of protagonist now, someone who's less over the top. Instead, they gave us Arian, who was more over the top. You're going to make football cry! And all of that, and it was just the complete opposite of what I'd asked for. I even started to appreciate Sonny a little bit, even though that's kind of faded these days. just because he was a less over-the-top pro tag. But ultimately, yeah, I think what I wanted was just a Ryan Mark, where he still loves football, he's clearly committed to it, and he doesn't think about much else other than his little sport. But it's not so overbearing that it's like controlling the action. I think just having him be a slightly more normal dude in the context of a rhyme where he's not the main character is great. That's what I wanted, and it's probably my favourite incarnation of him, unless it's Coachman from Go 1. Axel being a mentor, I agree that Axel should have gotten to play on the pitch a little bit more than he did. I like having him in the mentor role. He probably should have got at least one more actual match in there, but and I get how you can think it's weird that it takes 3 or 4 people to do his move, but I don't know, it just serves to boost Axel's prestige even more. And at the end of the day, Kazomaru still managed it by himself. It doesn't need to be done by 3 or 4 people. It just needs to not be done by those losers because they suck. And Kazomaru is in fact the best member of the team, and nobody is willing to accept that yet. That's a Tale of the Toaster opinion for sure, but Ares Kazomaru, I hate him. Orion Kazomaru is one of the best characters in the entire series, and he's very clearly better than Sunny and Taizaki and Nosaka, because he can do Last Resort solo, and he might even be better than Axel himself. Let's go. But yeah, Axel, I guess they could have done a bit more, but I was happy with this betrayal, and I really don't think we needed a great deal more out of him, because this is a character who's already had plenty of time in the sun. Another full season of Axel Blaze wouldn't have been entirely necessary. And Sonny made you want to bash your head in 10,000 times. Well, you did that to yourself when you fell down the stairs. Lol, maybe Sonny pushed you. But yeah, Sonny is he's just a guy. He's voiced by Kaiji Yuki, who broke Ray's legs. I don't understand. Australian moment. I don't get it. We're bringing it back, baby. If Kaoru and my father did indeed build their demon kingdom, countless lives would be destroyed just as my family's had been. So it's wrong. We'll go put that Axel vote in now then. Let's drag that across. A whole £2 donation swayed it our way. We are voting for Axel, and he's gonna lose, but just to make the £2 donation a little bit more worth, do I quote retweet it as well? What are the quote retweets looking like? Thanks, Elon. I have to go all the way up here to view post engagement. Ah! Kaoru! He's going white-haired as well with his yellow eyes. I'll just collapse and die already. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Just a slideshow of Axel in his Costa Rica neckband. Una polla. Boya? I would give a quote retweet to justify the finance spent on it, but to be honest, I don't have anything to say. The right dose is whatever makes you overdose and bloody die for good. I wanted to try that on us instead. But... why are we still reading what he's saying? Okita and I, we're gonna run off to Gretna Green. We're gonna get married. Because I think our main character is still 16 at this point, or something like that. So we do in fact need to cross into the Scotland border at the nearest convenience and get married at a younger age in Gretna Green. Go on, get your sword out, whatever. I'm not listening. Yes, man. Yes, man. Save me, Okita. Cut this man down to smithereens, for heaven's sake. Chucking in the word facetious there. I've only ever heard that from my mum talking about me. Oh, Small Toast is also writing his... I think your pronouns are different now, right? Remind me what the pronouns are, but either way, writing the Aryan character analysis, which I'm very much looking forward to reading and sharing with you all. Bakana! Multiplied many times over by the water of life, will be beaten by the power of love. Love is stronger than all gains in the gym. Bushin blades. Asu. Oh, typo spot. Clearly, whoever play tested the game just didn't go down the Okita route. Because Kazama's route was flawless. We didn't see a single typo. But now that we've been in the Okita route, we've had 3 in this stream alone. So, point, meme, typo in my video game. And now we carry on. Imagine if they did that in an Inazuma 11. Just, Ultimate 11, Asu out!
どうせ起きたはすぐに死ぬよ。羅刹の力は自分の寿命を削るって知ってる。
Yeah, it does shorten my life, but Okita needs to die anyway. He's tuberculosed, and I'm a fictional character, so we can die together happily as soon as you are out of the bloody picture. Fucking stupid boy. He's a daft guy. Yeah, there is one spelling mistake in Chronostones, but it's not in the word assault. I forgot what it is now, but I think it's in the Ragnarok chapter, just when Zanuck joins your team. Oh, he's had his arm sliced off. It's like he's walked into a tree while looking after 20 kids on an American summer camp. Oh wait, that's not Okita, that was me. Ugh. Maybe Okita will actually die on screen. It's possible, because he's already confessed to us now. We are officially in love. Janus, I thought you were on about me for a second there. Yeah, that's Small Toaster's pronouns, but not Tail of the Toaster's pronouns, only the second one. Oh yeah, the typo about Dodge saying Marks instead of Marks. I documented that in a video actually, like Dodge was in the thumbnail for my recruiting Saints Way characters videos, and that was where I discovered it for the first time. I am the better toaster. Away. Oh no, Spain's beating Scotland. Heaven's sake, man. Not the dub we want to see with this part Scottish chat right now. I don't see any Spaniards. Yeah, if only Kaoru would back down. It's like I've got to complete a video game or something to make that happen. This is the real final boss of all the routes of HAKU OKI, because getting this guy off my screen has been an absolute pain. You used the word. He is my boyfriend and he's fit. You don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You just have a raging boner for killing people and being horrible to your sister. And to be fair, mate, I don't vibe with that. I like it when people are nice to their sister and they don't like murdering. Right, so the next line of dialogue is going to have something important happen. Oh no, Kaoru is on top of me. Sword help. He's in a position to stab me. It's like the final scene of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Or some other scene where you withdraw from the final stab. Is that me dad? Father! Bro just killed his own dad. Lol. Should have looked where you were going, loser. Thanks, Dad, for protecting me, even though you were one of the most reprehensible of them all in a different timeline. Don't just say that. You've just stabbed your own pap. You kicked him to the... They really challenged themselves and said, right, let's take the worst character in the plot. How do we make him even worse? How do we turn a 2 out of 10 into a 1 out of 10? Kaoru, man. He sure is still here. Okita, I want to see him sliced into 3 equally sized chunks, please. How many chunks? 4, maybe? Oh, I've never heard better news all day. Show me a picture. I want to see it with my own eyes. Get that stupid guy off my screen. Oh, we don't even get... Come on, we had the kiss drawing. We can at least have a drawing of my stupid brother getting murdered. What's Dad gonna say? Oh, he's mortally dead too. No regenerating. Oh, now he's being likeable. But we saw him in the Kazama route. We can't pretend to like Daddy-kun. He's being good right now. But he is also in the same vicinity as his piece of shit son. And now you're just being like, hi, I just killed your brother, who also killed your dad. How are you doing? Ted Brower says, get that stupid guy off my screen. Me during the Navy Invaders match. True! Very, very true.
泣いていいよ。
We get a drawing of the moon instead. But he loved all of me, even my horns and my white hair. And that time he thought I was a guy at the start of the show. And there you have it. Huh? There's another one? Well, I'm not leaving this chapter unfinished. It'll only be tiny, surely. Yeah, if it's not even numbered, this'll just be a bit of a epilogue type thing, surely. Though we were still Furies, we no longer felt the lust for blood, nor the pain that came with it. The tranquility of nature seemed to have softened us. There were some things that didn't change. There were still ourselves, and he's still got tuberculosis, so he is still going to die, but it's not because of the S gene. I guess it's just magically gone away. Oh, bless. They're so in love. It could have been Kazama, but they're so in love.
そうだね。君と二人
Me
で
and
日向ぼっこ
who?
なんて最高の贅沢だ。
Oh, they're just the perfect couple that naps outdoors a lot. And hug each other. And Okita goes and kills a few people every now and again and Mixie maxes with Victor Blade. Hey, you can't fall asleep yet. I'm not sleepy. Ooh, is that an invitation?
そう？好きだよ。
Skidayo. You can have that voice clip for free if you're a Japanese speaker. Skidayo. Oh, he said it again. Wait, let's go back.
僕は君が好きだよ。
Well, that was a lot more words this time. Localization cut that one down quite a bit.
僕は君が好きだよ。
And yeah, Ray is telling me that in this game, Kazama's route is basically the neutral ending of the game, but in the Steam version, he has a full dedicated route with a proper ending. That would mean buying the game again, which I guess is possible. But I don't actually have Steam on this computer is the funny thing. The last thing I had Steam for was to play Among Us, and that was all I did for years. I had Steam to play the Danganronpa series, which I then got on PS Vita anyway. Then I eventually got it, started playing Among Us, and then once I moved off the laptop and onto a PC, I never installed Steam again. I guess I could get it purely for Hakuoki, but sounds like we've got to do the Heisuke route more importantly, because that will still have Kazama in it anyway. This game is broken tail, says Small Toaster. I mean,
君は
it's been a heck of a way, but we are kissing the shit out of this man.
君の気持ちを言葉で聞
We're
かせて。
so perfect. Find me a girl who likes Taylor the Toaster like Shizuru Yukimura likes Soji Okita. She must be out there somewhere, right?
ありがとう。
Right. He threaded his fingers through mine. Whoa, hey, well, the grip was stronger than I expected. Arm wrestle be king. Let's get a bit more. Let's get a bit more niche out there instead of typical romancy hugging in the grass. Let's just fucking fight.
どうか忘れ
And
な
then
いで。
she'll use two arms and cheat, and she'll
いつだ
win,
って君の
and it'll
幸せ
be
を
all
願ってる。
romantic. Steam version also has a Sanan route, but yeah, we're not
君
doing
が寂しく
that.
ないように僕はできる限りのことをする。
I don't want you to ever be lonely. Too bad, because you're gonna die.
だから
But why have we been relieved of our demon lust and all of that? That hasn't really... I guess it was our dad that gave us a clue maybe on how to purify it, but like... There shouldn't be a way to purify it, in my opinion. There shouldn't be a happy ending. They did something very morally fucked up when they took that S gene, and they should have to suffer the consequences of it. They can still be a little married couple that shag each other and look at their little eyes and stuff, but they should both have to die young for drinking the water of life. They can be in love and then die. It's all Romeo and Juliet style. To have a completely happy ending where they're both just absolutely fine, other than, of course, Soji Okita having tuberculosis, that feels a little bit too much of a fix-all plaster for me. I'd rather them just live out the next few years and then cop it. But nevertheless, we love him very much and we're not lonely whatsoever. If you're one of the viewers or players of this game who was genuinely into this adaptation of Soji Okita, then I'll just play this line again for you. Took a lot of getting there, tell you what. Had a lot of cheating with the walkthroughs. You gotta believe that he's gonna propose. Ah, well, no, it's just a post-death thing. Was he gonna die now? Tubercu! Tuberculo! Tuberculosis! Is he asleep? Or is he dead? Soji Okita needs to die, right? That's the last thing we could have in the game. They don't say. He could be asleep. He could be dead. But either way, we got the last few months of his life with him in his little shag pad and fawning over his defined chest. And this song is gonna get me copyright struck probably. Let's turn it down. I'll leave it on but turn it down a bit and talk over it. But that is a proper ending of HAKU OKI. Is he asleep or is he dead? Sounds like a crap spin-off of Deal or No Deal, says Small Toaster. I would watch that for a few episodes. But chuff in hell, we've actually got a proper mega ending. And so that raises the obvious question of, do we drop HAKU OKI from the channel now to move on to games like Yokai Watch 3 and Mario Tennis Power Tour? Or do we pad it out just that little bit longer to go down the Heisuke route that I don't even care about, but it does have Kazama in it? I think I'm tempted. I also can't do a stream for a while because, like I said, this is the last stream I'm doing in this house before I officially move out. And I don't move out to my new house. I have to move out to a temporary one where my other, I guess now previous housemates have moved into. I have to just stay with them until they give me my real house. So I don't know how easy streaming will be there. So streams are going to be gone for a little while, I would imagine. We got his photo frame. Let's go. But yeah, it's like, if we really want it, we could consider doing the Heisuke route. I just hope it's not too long, because the Okita route was long as hell. And I know that the Trobal people love this game, but I don't think everyone else can cope with much more HAKU OKI after 5 full streams of it. And the Sanan route is a firm no. Claire McDad says, care to say how much Yokai Watch 3 cost? I don't care to say that, actually. I will actively keep that information to myself. I don't want you or anyone else to know. At least it wasn't as much as Jin paid for the Victor plush, though. Though it was probably close. But yeah, Small Toaster absolutely begging for a Yokai Watch 3 stream, and I'm happy to oblige. Like, that is something I actively want to do. It's just a question of whether we do it next or if we pad out HAKU OKI a little bit longer. So it's hard to make any promises right now. We'll see what the general vibe is on more HAKU OKI or not. But I've enjoyed beating the Kazama neutral route. I've enjoyed beating the Okita route. Heisuke route would be a chance to get some more Kazama in and just to utterly expend this game for all it's worth before we finally get rid. So do leave me your thoughts on what we should do. But yeah, we properly got an ending, and that's cool. And it didn't save, by the way. I did a load of quick saving throughout that chapter. But quick saving is not going to take me back there. So we've made it to the ending and it's given us the photo frame and stuff. But yeah, I maybe should have done an official real save during that final chapter. Photo booth. Oh, I can save it on... Wait a minute. Huh? Hold on. What's this? Inner camera, please. That's me! But how do I make it HAKU OKI style? Or can I just use the outer camera on the stream? Hey, Streamception! I'll snap that. Oh god, that was loud. That sound came out of my 3DS even though I've got the volume off. That's kind of crazy. But how do I make it? How do I take a photo that has Okita in it? Because we just got his frame, right? I guess I can edit one to decorate it. Ah, I see. All right, let's take a selfie first. In a cam. The last photo I'll ever take in this room before moving out, probably. God, the 3DS camera is so bad, though. It's actually, like, unacceptably low quality. But... oh. Get my hand on the trigger. That is so loud, man. There you go, the worst photo ever. But let's decorate it. Where is my... ah, you're covering me up, man. What the hell? Also, when did we get this? Have we already beaten his route? I guess this is a second-hand copy of the game, so somebody out there was already a big Heisuke fan. Maybe I'm actually playing on Hop Up Enjoyer's copy of the game. Who would ever know? Oh, that's cool. It's got Sanan in it, though, which is a problem. But it does have Kazama, so alright. Let's save that. And then I'll take another selfie that's slightly more left-facing so that Okita can be in it. Let's do a bit of this. I am looking at him with my 144p entirely darkened face. Who's the... Who the hell are you? Huh? There really are more characters still to discover. Yeah, oh, it is Halloween coming up. One for the Halloween fans. Still got Sanan in it, though. There's quite a lot of these to choose from. Stargazer! Stargazer! Oh, we're having that! It's even got Kazama at the front! They have to have known! It's Kazama doing a radiation storm! don't maximize. Stargazer. Everyone look! Stargazer! And then we pause. And then I just... Ta-da! It's one image! How did they know to put Kazama at the front? It's gotta be a coincidence, but it's also got to not, right? Wow. Screenshotting that one for prosperity, and my invisible face is just gonna have to be in the background of it. But get that one saved to your Microsoft Paint. Oh, hello. We've got the stream chat in here as well, where it says, why is it so dark? I can't even see your face. RE class, I had a sub and my 3DS got passed around and we took a selfie on. Oh, that's a lovely thing to do. But I will edit it out on this occasion because HAKU OKI Stargazer real. They knew his voice had significance. Get that saved immediately. Oh hey, this is from the Philip Starr short that I just edited yesterday. One sec. And as a treat for you all going through that saving process, have a watch of the best video on my channel.
Radiation storm!
Why did they do it to my guy? They ruined him! Radiation storm! Claw de force! Ah! It's so quotable every time. But right. Okay, I think it's probably time now for the stream to end. It's been fun. We've been going for nearly 3 hours, but we made it to the very, very end. I guess you can have double face cams going on. This has been Tale of the Toaster. Really enjoyed the stream. It's a shame I won't get to do another one for a while because I've got to move house away from this place. There's the computer. There, outer camera. That is where the Tale of the Poster used to be. That's where the world map used to be. And now it's all empty. I can't be bothered taking the foam panels off. They can just charge me for that. But yes. Maybe Heisuke. Maybe Yokai Watch 3. Do let me know. Maybe make it a prosperity thing in the actual comments of the VOD, so that it's all in one place instead of just in the live chat. But it's been a good laugh. There's my light just to blind you all a bit. Oh, I can adjust the brightness. Wait a minute. No, I'm getting distracted. Ah! Wait a minute! Well, we should have done that the whole time. Okay, one more picture. Fine. Stargazer is back. Decorate. The yeah, what other effect can we add on to make it look slightly more stargazery? Not that. Not that. Maybe that, to be fair. Yeah, we'll have that. There's the picture. Okay, Logan, you joined the stream just in time for us to end. I'm turning off the stream now. Thank you. A massive thanks again to Jin for the gigantic donations. Congratulations to Trobal for getting in my recommended channels. And to everyone who watched me shack up with Okita. Good for me.